You know how you see somebody doing something that you've always thought that you will never be able to do. Like once they mention that thing, you say, please, I don't have enough self-confidence to do that. You think, oh, this person must have a lot of guts. This person must have a lot of self-confidence to be able to do that. What if I told you that it's not self-confidence that you need? What if I told you that what you actually need is strong will, the willpower, aka the determination to do that thing? Then you will be able to do that if you think about it from that angle. Because self-confidence is a people-facing attribute. Whenever we are trying to work on a people-facing attribute, it will be hard to achieve it. It will be hard for us to overcome it. Like, oh, I don't have self-confidence. I need to be self-confident. If you start working on it, it's quite difficult to work on it. But if we work on something that comes from inside of us, the only person that can influence that is we will be more successful. I don't know if I'm making sense. Yeah. I was chatting with Nelly in my last video, and she said, Auntie Flo, I admire your strong will. And when I thought about it, I was like, that's the word. It's strong will. It's determination that made me keep chasing my dream. I want to work in this industry. And I eventually got it. Even though, yes, at that time, they didn't give me what I wanted, but you have heard that I later went on to love it. So it was strong will. So I'm telling you, maybe it's time for us to start approaching these things from a strong will point of view, a determination point of view, rather than a self-confidence point of view. Because self-confidence has to do with believing in yourself that you can do it, believing in yourself that when you apply to a company that they can call you or whatever for interview, believing in yourself that you can write a test and pass it, believing in yourself. It's about having confidence, but let's forget about that part, a people-facing one, where at the thought of people judging us, we will just retract into our shells. No. We should start approaching it from that angle. So Nelly, thank you so much for that. Because Nelly said, oh, I admire her. And yeah, it hit me. Thank you so much, Nelly, for that. Because let's use this YouTube as an example. You know, in this YouTube, when people see somebody talking to a camera, uploading content on any social media platform, really, a lot of people watching that want to do the same thing will be like, oh, I'll never be able to do this thing. I'll never be able to talk to the camera and upload it so that people will see, what will my friends say? What will my colleagues say? No. What if you sit down, number one, write down the reason why you want to start uploading content? That's the purpose. If the purpose is strong enough, like I told Nelly, if you know what is waiting for you in front, strong will like fall from the sky for you. Determination will fall from the sky for you. I wanted a bright future filled with money, getting money, earning a lot of income so that I will take away all my parents' responsibilities. So if you have the purpose, write down the purpose for which you want to do something. If you're watching me now and you've always wanted to be a content creator and a lot of voices in your head, because I tell you, that's why we shouldn't rely on self-confidence, because if you know the number of voices that come into my head whenever I want to do something, but it's only strong will. You know that thing that they call you're stubborn? That is what becomes strong will when used positively. But when you're young, they'll be calling this child is so stubborn. No. It turns out to be strong will and determination. You're determined to do something and you will not stop till you get that thing. That's the only thing that can get you anything you want in this world. That's the only thing that you can, once you have a purpose, strong will come. Unless that purpose is not strong enough, in which case, maybe you're not required to do that thing, because let's face it, we are still using content creation. Yeah, everybody will not be a content creator. So when you write down your purpose and that purpose is not strong enough, you don't get the strong will, just forget about it. When the purpose comes, we're not saying that you will never be a content creator or something like that, but when the purpose comes, Strong will is Nusiana, as we say in Igbo. That it will be raining strong will and determination. And then you will know that self-confidence does not matter. Self-confidence is about shame. What will my friends say? What would my colleagues say? Hey, what if my colleagues see me uploading content on YouTube? What would they think about it? But when you have a good purpose, all those things will fade behind. All you'll be thinking about is how to set up your camera. You'll be looking up things you need to make a video. How to set up your camera. You start planning what you want to say. For instance, let's say you have a lot of content in you that will help people out, help women out. Let's say women are your target audience, and you have a lot of topics to talk about to women, share with women that you feel that is not overly shared in this, in this day and age. And every time these information in you want to erupt, and when you remember all the, how helpful it will be to the women, you cannot sleep. Like every time you're thinking about it. Let me tell you, if you have a strong purpose, so ask yourself, what is my purpose? In my own situation, my purpose is to get a good job, well-paying job. I never ever dreamed that I'll work outside Nigeria. Let me just tell you, my dream no reach that side. I was thinking of getting a job in the oil company. I'm working in Port Harcourt too. But the way it worked out, they hired me and sent me to the UK. So even at that, the oil companies paid well during our time. Which other companies paid well? At that time, the new generation banks have started. They were powering as well, yeah, because I remember during my youth service, Standard Trust was there. The new generation banks, Zenith was there as well, yeah. These new generation banks were there back then, so they were powering. People were being hired by those banks, and people were, had aspirations to work in those banks. Who else? Yeah, telecoms came into Nigeria in 1999. Yeah, and that was about when we graduated, and a lot of my class people went on to, a lot of them are still working for the telecoms companies today. So yeah, so these were the aspirations back then. And if you have enough purpose in you, you will get into those places. Today, what is the reigning thing is tech. People are pivoting to tech. If you are determined, if you have the willpower, let me tell you, I've seen people transition from post science to tech. And when you say tech, a lot of people think STEM. It's for people in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. No. A lot of tech jobs do not even have anything to do with coding or mathematics or anything. A lot of times, you may even be dealing with mathematics in these tech jobs, but you don't even know that you're dealing with mathematics because it's so fun. Take data analytics. Yeah, it's statistics. It involves some maths, but let me tell you, anybody can learn it. The question is, how determined are you? What is your purpose for aiming for something? It's not, changing to tech is raining. How determined are you? Is the determination in you? It's not even, It's not even self-confidence. Because even as a data analyst, you can work behind the scenes. I know that these days, people have already started sharing their work online. I saw somebody on Twitter the other day say that, the reason why I don't think I want to go into tech, into data analytics, but I don't want anybody to laugh at me when I share my work. I'm like, what? You don't need to share your work. If you watch out, a lot of people that are sharing their analytic jobs online today are people that want to coach people. Of course, if you want to coach people, you need to share what you know. You need to share evidence so that people can see what you can do, and that's only when they can pay you to come and learn from you. Unless you want to do that, you don't really need to be people-facing in your data analytics career. You can do cybersecurity. I tell you, the cybersecurity certification does not even involve any coding. I'm telling you. If you look into it, it's theory. Somebody like me may not even be able to do it because I don't like reading large bodies of text for any exam. But like I said, if I'm determined enough, if I've investigated, if I've done my research and seen that actually maybe cybersecurity is the part of least resistance for me, I'm going to get the determination. I'm going to get the strong will for it. If I have enough purpose, I'm telling you, if I have enough purpose, assuming I wake up one day now and say, I don't want to go offshore again, what am I going to do to continue to earn money? And I do my research, data analytics, data science, data engineer, cyber security, coding or software engineer and all that, and determine that cybersecurity is the part of least resistance for me before I bite my tongues. I'm dusting everything, dusting my brain, cleaning the cobwebs in my brain and going to learn it and take the certification and start looking for a job. That is what determination can do for you. You don't have to be people facing. You don't have to share your work online. All you need to do is maybe if you do some projects, some jobs that require that you do projects to show your recruiters that you can actually do this, you can put it on GitHub without coming to social media to share the work. You can do that, assuming you don't want people to laugh at you as that person. I wish I can see that tweet. So the question is, how much do you want that thing? What is the purpose you're doing that thing? If I want to pivot now, one, I don't want to go offshore again, or the oil industry falls, or I don't want to travel again because somebody is not getting any younger now. I can decide to pivot to something that I'll sit in front of a computer and do my job. Okay, so that's what I wanted to come and share with you now. Thank you, Nelly, for inspiring this short video. I couldn't help it. I wanted to talk to my ladies that, yeah, self-confidence does not play that much of a role when it comes to getting what we want, in doing what we want to do. Those people that you're admiring that are standing in front of a crowd and speaking to people. I'm not saying that you must stand in front of a crowd, but I'm just trying to give you an example that that person you see standing in front of a large crowd speaking does not necessarily have self-confidence. But maybe there's a reason why they are doing that. There's a purpose, a very strong purpose that built up this massive strong will and determination in them that made them overcome anything. You see, what will happen? Do these people bite? Because, you know, when you have a lot of strong will, when you have a lot of determination to do something, that's when you start belittling a lot of things that made doing that thing fearful for you. That's when you start saying, will they bite me? do the people that do it have two heads? You start asking such questions that our parents ask. Do they have two heads? And you say, Kwekam, prepare well, check them and go and do it. You can even do out of body experience when you're giving the talk. You just pretend that there's nobody in that room. Just like we pretend here when we are talking to you guys on YouTube. We pretend that there's nobody here. We pretend that we're not talking to anybody. We pretend that we are talking to ourselves. Because even if you don't talk to people, even if you never ever set up your camera to talk to anyone, if you have a lot of information inside of you that you're itching to share, you will find yourself talking to you to yourself in the bathroom, in the mirror. You face the mirror, you start talking to yourself. It's better to set up your camera and talk that thing and upload though, so that people will benefit from that. Anyway, ladies, what do you think about this topic? What do you think? Is there anything that you've ever wanted to do, but it's self-confidence that is preventing you? But at least now you know that it's willpower that you need. And then, if you have ever overcome this kind of thing, please, can you share in the comments and tell us how you were able to overcome it? Share. Me, I'm also learning. I have a lot of demons that I need to overcome for me to do certain things. So, please tell us something that has always been very difficult for you to do, but you were able to overcome it. Tell us how you overcame that and see you in the comments.